Thank you for tuning in to this session on improving resilience of microfinance clients by digital and non-digital tools during the COVID-19 pandemic, a global experience. My name is Stephanie Monsiagli, and I am the Regional Director of Whole Planet Foundation's Americas and Caribbean portfolio. Today's session will be all about 3 Whole Planet partners, all incredible organizations, each with its own unique and innovative approach to using microfinance as a way to equip the unbanked people in their countries with the tools and resources they need to create micro businesses. Before I share about them and then introduce them, I'd like to provide some context about the work that Whole Planet Foundation does and how we are supporting these 3 organizations. Whole Planet is a private foundation born out of Whole Foods Market, an American multinational supermarket chain headquartered in Austin, Texas, which is known for its high quality and organic products. Whole Planet provides funds to microfinance institutions that operate in the countries where Whole Foods sources its products. For example, in Sri Lanka, Whole Foods sources coconut oil. In Paraguay, Whole Foods sources cane sugar. In Colombia, Whole Foods sources flowers. So because Whole Foods sources in these countries, Whole Planet is able to look for programmatic partnerships in these countries. Through our partnerships, Whole Planet provides grants, and we provide 0% interest-free loans to microfinance institutions and other organizations that provide financial products and services to entry-level borrowers. Our funds are used for loan capital for uncollateralized business loans. The 3 organizations that will be highlighted today are fantastic examples of the types of institutions that Whole Planet seeks out, and they truly embody what responsible finance is. They offer loan products designed for and accessible to the most financially excluded people. They have transparent loan terms. They have strong processes that incorporate continuous feedback loops from the communities that they serve. During the COVID pandemic, microfinance institutions like today's presenters, which will be Berendina, Aflore, and Fundación Paraguaya, they had to adopt their models in a way that ensured the well-being of both their clients and the institution's own sustainability. After I introduce the 3 featured speakers, they'll share how they adapted their models to ensure the resilience of their clients, highlighting the distinct COVID context in each country, as well as the intricacies of their methodologies. You'll note that 2 of the 3 organizations we'll hear from, Berendina and Fundación Paraguaya, use a traditional microfinance model, organizing women's committees. The 3rd organization, Aflore, offers individual loans through its Fintech model, which leverages technology across its operations. So in conclusion, I'd encourage you to listen out for the central theme of this discussion: how the microfinance sector overall, that includes MFIs, their clients, and even donors like Whole Planet, created alternative methods to get through the pandemic. So I'm happy to present our 3 organizations. From Sri Lanka, we have Berendina Micro Investments Company Limited, and we'll hear from Anura Atapattu. He is the managing director of the Berendina Micro Investment Company, the largest microfinance company in Sri Lanka and the first microfinance company regulated by the Central Bank of Sri Lanka. Mr. Atapattu has over 35 years experience in micro and small enterprise development and in microfinance. He's a graduate of agriculture and holds a postgraduate diploma and an MBA. Let's hear from Anura now.
Sri Lanka so far had 3 appointments. First one in March 2020, and we had 2 other in this year. The first one was the most devastating COVID wave, and it was a really surprise to the nation and to our organization. It was a sudden announcement of curfew in the night, and the following day the office has to be closed. What I am going to talk today is how our organization has responded to this unprecedented situation in the first COVID wave. Let me introduce our organization first. The name of the organization is Berendina Micro Investment Company, and we are the first microfinance company licensed by the central bank in Sri Lanka. We have 70,000 clients and US dollar 14 million loan portfolio, and we have 400 staff working in 30 branches. Our customer base is the most important stakeholder for our organization. We have handled our customer base in this pandemic situation in 4 different ways. The first one is establishing a communication network with the customers. Traditionally, in our organizational operation, we have had group meetings, and that is where we had the contact mainly. But in the pandemic situation, we had to establish an innovative way of doing it, contacting them. And we have basically established telephone communications by our field staff with the clients, and also established communication with SMS, where we have sent information and advice, health advice to the clients, as well as organizational information such as asking them to keep money safe for the repayments when time comes, right? And also there was a New Year festival which has come during the lockdown period, and we managed to send New Year greetings for them. And the second one is, during the lockdown period, the client did not have income, and also some of them have lost their businesses problems or due to the inability of moving out during the lockdown period. And we had to offer them some sort of relief, where we gave them loan moratoria. What we have seen is that about 72% of clients obtained loan moratoria, and another 6% of clients have obtained interest rebate. What we did was, we gave them a rebate on interest if the clients are repaying all the arrears installments which became arrears during the lockdown period. Third support was providing assistance for them to continue their living. What we did was, we gave dry food rations as well as assistance for livelihood development. 90% of our clients received dry food rations, and the balance 10% got livelihood assistance. Fourth one was basically restructuring the way that we are going to work with the clusters or with the groups once lockdown is lifted. And we have made individual sort of business relationship mechanism instead of our group meetings. We also advised our clients to follow health guidelines. We asked them to wear masks when they come for the recovery meetings or to meet the field officer, and also we have provided them with sanitizers. We have asked them to come individually instead of groups for the recoveries. The next important stakeholder for us is our staff. And we were very much concerned about our staff, and we established a communication channel immediately to communicate with our staff. In our organization, there are 2 segments of people who use 2 local languages for their day-to-day work, Sinhalese and Tamil. Therefore, what we did was, we established 2 WhatsApp groups for Sinhala group as well as Tamil speaking staff group. And then with that, we have started sending messages to them, and various information that is being required, like health advice, and we managed to have very close contact with our staff throughout the lockdown period. Second one, basically we have moved into day-to-day operations, use of online platforms for meetings such as Zoom and Skype, and which has made our day-to-day affairs in more convenient manner during the lockdown period. And another concern we had was the mental health of our staff during the lockdown period, because it was a very sudden announcement and nobody knew that what is going to happen on the next day. And what we did was, we had some recreational activities for our staff. For an example, we had a singing and painting competition for our staff and their children, and which has made for them to lively engage music and with the painting and various artistic work, and together with organization. And we wanted to maintain the normalcy as much as possible with our staff. While many other organizations in Sri Lanka have pay cuts in the salaries of the staff, we managed to provide the increments due for the staff. And with that, we managed to show our strength to the staff and maintain the normalcy in the organization. We were not only looking at our clients and staff, we were looking at the community that we work. In the community, there were people who did not have any source of income, who did not have a person to take care of during the lockdown period. And such people we call economically inactive people, who are disabled, not have anybody to take care of them. What we did was we gave them dry food rations for 2 consecutive months, and we have been able to help about 4,440 such families. And also the grassroots level government staff who were to extend the required support to the community, such as Gramaniladaris. What we did was we gave them required health equipment like masks, sanitizers, stuff like that, for them to have safety while they send their services to the community. I also should talk about the support extended by our donors and funders. Our shareholder Berendina Stichting in the Netherlands gave us US $550,000 for us to extend our support to our clientele and the community. And WPF, who are here today, they helped us advancing their future grants that was to be given to us. And that was a very great help for us to manage our cash flows during that crisis period. And other donors, other lenders to us, they gave us loan moratorium up to 6 months. Some gave with interest, some gave without interest charging also. And we appreciate those support very much, and that has helped us to extend these services to our community during the pandemic. Let me touch upon what are the results that we have achieved as a result of what we did during the pandemic period. We are very happy to say that the response from our clients for the services that we have extended was very good. Where people were very happy about the services extended, and also they accepted our way of approaching them after the lockdown period. And then staff, we see that the staff are also very happy, and as an indication, we see that staff turnover has become less during that year. And also the most important aspect for MFI is loan repayment. What happened was in April, due to the lockdown, the PAR 30 went up to 42%, which came down to 10% in December 2020, very sharp decline. And that is also we see as a very good response from our clients, and also is a result of hard work of our staff. During the first wave, of course, we did not have any COVID positive patient among our clientele or among our staff. Whereas we found that it was not the case for many MFIs in the country. Finally, we have made a profitable year, 2020.
Great. We also have Fundación Paraguaya of Paraguay, and we'll hear from Luis Fernando Sanabria, who is the Chief Operating Officer of Fundación Paraguaya, a nonprofit social enterprise. Luis Fernando has over 30 years of experience working at Fundación Paraguaya in social development, microfinance, and institutional building. He oversees the operations of all of their programs in countries in Latin America, Africa, and Asia, where the organization works. Let's hear from Luis Fernando now.
Thank you very much. Fundación Paraguaya's mission is not only financial inclusion, but poverty elimination. We're committed to not only improve provide our clients with microloans, microinsurance, and other financial services, but to help them improve their quality of life. And that philosophy has been a key element to face the pandemic. We do understand that we're part of an ecosystem that includes the organization, our employees, and our clients. We succeed if our employees make progress in their life, and if our clients improve their businesses, increase their income, and broadly speaking, have a better life. The pandemic had brutally started in Paraguay last year in March, mainly economically speaking. The government closed everything. We had literally the army and the police in the street, a big governmental propaganda campaign pushing people to stay home, and even legal prosecutor putting people in jail, including politicians if they violate the government mandate. So micro entrepreneurs living on daily basis were who really suffered a huge impact. Among our clients, 70% of reduction in their income generation. So we developed a strategy to improve resilience of the whole ecosystem that included 5 components. First component was development of new financial products. So we developed 13 products to allow clients to start over again and or to refinance their loans. We also changed everything in terms of procedures because people had to stay home. So we changed and we digitalized most of the procedures, but we also digitalized the training that comes with the microloans. That was the first component. The second one was to help clients to rebuild their business through helping them to develop new business plans for new businesses or to recover their previous business. Second, implementation of micro franchises. Those are business with key in your hand that we deliver to our clients to start a new business. We have 11. Number 3 under this component was to train them on how to deal with digital media and online marketing and how to deal with delivery system. And finally, we train them on how to implement COVID prevention measures, so to allow people to enter their businesses. The third component was a very important one, humanitarian support to our clients. So during the lockdown, our loan officers call every day to each of our clients to see how they were dealing with the pandemic. Not only in economic terms, but also in terms of health, and maybe it is even more important, how they were dealing mentally with the pandemic, because as you probably know, there were a huge increase in mental illness during the pandemic. Second, we lobby in the parliament, in the national parliament in Paraguay, to include the micro-entrepreneur sector among the sectors affected by the pandemic, and then to help them access to different types of subsidies that the government put in place. Once the law was approved, we help the clients to access to those subsidies, because when the government started to deliver the subsidies, that was completely chaotic, with a landline that doesn't work, with web pages that doesn't work, or that were so complex for our clients to register themselves. So our loan officers started to help them to access those subsidies and other services that the government provides. And finally, we also help our clients to organize what is called ollas populares, that is community cooks for those that lack of food. So we channelize food supplies from the food bank and other similar organizations, and we organize more than 400 ollas populares all around the country. So this is the component number 3, humanitarian support. And finally, we also help our clients to rebuild their social network. Because of the pandemic, many of the village banks were completely destroyed. destroyed because the members were split throughout the country. They couldn't have meetings anymore. They didn't develop activities in common. They had not income generation for the group. So they need to be retrained, and they need to incorporate new members, because this is the main social network. The Village Bank is the main social network that most of our clients have, and this is really necessary during this pandemic. Regarding employees, primarily we saved the jobs. No one was fired because of the pandemic. Second, we developed a home office system to allow them to work from home. Then we also adapted the economic incentives to make sure that the incentives were aligned with the new goals that we had as an organization. And finally, we also prioritize the payment of salaries. During the whole pandemic, we pay salaries every end of the month, as is mandate in our country, in Paraguay. And finally, we develop an internal market. There are many of our 500 employees that have small micro enterprises in their houses, run by themselves or by the husband or the wife. So using an app we have for internal purposes, the name of the app is Heroes. We develop an internal market to allow our employees to sell their product one to each other. Broadly speaking, we think that to create resiliency under pandemic, organizations have to do three things. First, embrace the change. It's not only to be open to it, but to love it and to really pursue the change. Changes in disbursement procedures, changes in financial products, changes in working policies, changes in technology. The change is not something that you have to adapt to it, but it's an opportunity that you have to take to make your business better. Second, embrace technology. Technology have to be in the core of your business. You don't have to only use technology to systematize procedures, but you have to add value to your business using the technology. And number three is to generate empathy. This maybe is the most important thing. You have to be able to put yourself in your client's position, so to really understand what is going on. And that will allow you to take better decisions in your business. And to do that, you need information. For that, as I already mentioned, we were very close to our clients during the lockdown. But not only the credit officers, all the main managers of the organization went to the field. That includes me and our CEO. We went to the field and sit with our client and ask them what was going on, so to better understand the situation. And in that regard, in terms of to generate empathy, we are using a new tool we developed to really understand our client situation, and we did a special adaptation of the tool for this pandemic. The poverty stoplight is a methodology that allows Fundación Paraguaya to work with their clients to overcome 50 indicators of poverty. It is not an index, it is a dashboard. So the methodology starts with a self-evaluation that clients run using an application we developed. I can show you here. So the application uses drawings and pictures, and you have 3 situations for every of these 50 indicators. So, for example, potable water, if you have a tap in your house in Paraguay, so that is green situation. If you have a well in your house, that is yellow situation. And if you have to carry the water from outside your place, that is the worst situation, that is red. So clients will self-evaluate in 50 indicators, and once they finalize the self-evaluation, they will complete this dashboard that shows the greens, yellows, and reds in their life. And then they will choose their priorities and they will develop a life of map. And they will implement that map of life, with the support of his credit officer. So it's a very simple system that helps us to create awareness, understanding, and move clients to action. So out of everything we did, the most important one was the ability to generate empathy. That allow us to manage the crisis properly and help us to reach great results at the end of the year. We grew clients in 5%. We reduced overdue loan from 40 to 3%, with only 2% on the finance loan portfolio. And we ended the year with an ROI of 4%. And what is more important, our clients' income generation grew in 50%. So thank you very much.
Great. Finally, we have Ana Barrera, the CEO and co-founder of Aflore, a Fintech company that leverages a community of informal advisors and technology to bring financial products straight into the home of the underbanked. Before launching Aflore, Ana was director of Housing for All at Ashoka, where she worked with corporations and social entrepreneurs to deliver affordable housing solutions to the bottom of the pyramid. Before Ashoka, Ana spent 8 years in London working for Lehman Brothers and Nomura, structuring financial products for institutional clients. She started her career in Colombia trading coffee and managing risk at the Federation of Coffee Growers. She currently sits on the board of Juan Valdez Café, Colombia's premium coffee company. She has an MBA from London Business School and a BS in Business Administration from Universidad de los Andes. Let's meet Ana now.
Hi, my name is Ana Barrera, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Aflore, a mobile-enabled community of informal advisors who provide access to financial services for the middle class in Colombia. 140 million people in Latin America survive through informal jobs, which prevents them from progressing and having a safety net. The informality in employment hits women harder. 60% of them depend on this type of occupation. Financial inclusion is key to improve productivity and reduce the informal trap. To solve this problem, we have created a new distribution channel for financial products based on our network of informal financial advisors. Informal advisors are present in the everyday life of their communities and know them well. We recruit them and equip them with a mobile platform so that they can offer our products to their personal networks, and for doing so, they receive a set of benefits and incentives for the products they place and as the products are paid. Aflore provides a frictionless platform for informal advisors to become community bankers, like the case of Rosita. Rosita owns a small bakery and provides loans to her friends and neighborhood. Since she joined Aflore 20 months ago, she has provided 20 loans to her friends and neighbors. Her neighbors trust her. They like having a coffee with her in one of the 2 tables she has in her shop, where she listens to their goals and dreams. It's during those conversations that she offers Aflore products, like the case of Luz, one of her neighbors who owns a restaurant 2 houses down from Rosita. She took a first small loan from Rosita when she joined Aflore. They submitted the loan application through Mi Aflore app and received a response very quickly. Luz has paid her loan well and has renewed 3 times this loan to continue investing in her business. Rosita has benefited from Aflore as well. She has earned the equivalent of 2 months' wage money. She saves in Aflore's app for an emergency. She has also taken 2 loans for her own business to buy a new oven and open a second bakery in another neighborhood. She often participates in Aflore Facebook Live sessions and enjoys the Christmas Bazaar, where she sells her baked goods and has met other informal advisors in her neighborhood. Tech is fundamental to our community. Our app has been designed so that people without specialized financial knowledge can provide access to products with just a few clicks. Aflore's technology makes it possible to serve informal advisors efficiently, assess a demographic with little credit history, and overall supports the long-term growth of the business. Aflore's informal advisors have a significant reach to potential clients. We have about 6,500 active informal advisors who have disbursed around $20 million in loans and insurance to over 30,000 clients, 57% of which are women. The loans have performed excellent, and our loans past due are over 30 days are below 5%. Our informal advisors have significant reach. Over 65,000 informal advisors have access to networks of around 40 people each, a potential market altogether of around 300,000 people. 85% of our informal advisors are women. Our ambition is to become the channel for reaching the emerging middle class in Latin America. This model is very replicable through the region, where informality in the use of financial services prevails. There is a deep use of direct sales models, and where microfinance institutions have limited productivity. We are working together with like-minded financial institutions and other fintech to deliver the financial products people need through the Aflore Informal Financial Advisors Network. Our model was designed based not only on the financial needs of women, but more importantly, learning from their current behavior and putting them at the center of our business model. This is how we create strong social impact, enabling female financial inclusion through women-led conversations. On the one hand, we include and provide access to financial products to those that are today in the informal economy, and on the other hand, we empower women leaders and include them in the digital economy so that they become agents of change in their communities. Through Aflore's personal relationship-driven model and network of informal advisors, our goal is to improve working conditions of the emerging middle class in Latin America by providing easy access to low-cost financial services designed specifically for their needs through technology, high-tech and high-touch to promote financial inclusion. Thank you.
Great. These distinguished speakers have decades of professional expertise and will help us break down now how microfinance institutions adapted during COVID. I'll have 3 different questions for each of the speakers. First, for Anura. Let's hear from Anura now about what the future strategies Berendina is implementing to make a better life for its clients as they overcome the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic.
In fact, Stephanie, the third COVID wave that we are experiencing right now are different to other 2 waves that we had in the past. The main difference is the number of patients that we get. We have significant number of patients among our staff as well as among our clients. And for those who are affected, having COVID positive, we give them a grant, a cash grant, and both staff and clients are given the cash grant right now. And secondly, we want to have a strong business success among our clients. What we are going to do is we are going to select the businesses which are affected due to COVID situation. It may not be necessarily due to the third wave, but maybe due to the previous waves as well, and give them a cash grant for them to revive their businesses and have a strong base among our clientele. And we hope these assistance that we are providing right now will make a good way forward for our organization for the future.
Fantastic. Berendina, as we've heard, has distinguished itself as a truly socially focused MFI, which is why Whole Planet has supported them since 2015 through over $1 million in grants for their loan portfolio. Thank you, Anora. Now we'll hear from Fundación Paraguaya, which, like Berendina, offers a group lending model. Luis Fernando will share more about the Poverty Stoplight, which we heard him mention earlier, and which is a methodology to help their microfinance clients overcome poverty. Luis Fernando will share if and how the Poverty Stoplight is aligned with Fundación Paraguaya's mission as a microfinance institution, and how the Poverty Stoplight affects the institution's bottom line.
Thank you, Stephanie. Yes, I think it is completely aligned with a microfinance organization mission, because we don't need financial inclusion to be counted in terms of how many microloans we disburse or how many saving accounts we open. What we need is a financial inclusion that is reported as people improving their lives. That is the original mission of the microfinance movement. And regarding the stoplight, it doesn't affect your bottom line. It helps to increase your income generation, because you get tons of information that allows you to develop new products, and having new products, you really improve your business. Can you imagine the information you have here about your client's life? You can develop financial products to solve many of those indicators, and you can easily partner with other organizations to provide eye care services, to provide health services, to provide different solutions to their indicator. So as you know, Steffi, there is a book wrote by Martin Burr, our founder, and the name of the book is Who Owns Poverty? We do not own our clients' poverty. They are the ones owning their own poverty. We are just the mentors helping them to overcome poverty using technology and leveraging the resources we have as an organization. And that's at the very end of the journey ends in a more profitable business for the microfinance organization.
I'm so thrilled to hear how the Poverty Stoplight is taking off around the world, first within the microfinance sector and then to NGOs, businesses, and governments. Fundación Paraguaya is a fantastic example of the very bottom-up approaches that development work needs now more than ever. Whole Planet has partnered with Fundación Paraguaya since 2014, providing over $1 million through grants and 0% interest loans. Thank you, Fundación Paraguaya. Now, finally, we'll hear from Ana of Aflore. Aflore is leveraging technology to address the problem of financial exclusion. Ana will share why and how Aflore is combining a high-tech, high-touch approach to solve this financial exclusion problem.
Aflore uses technology to empower its network of informal financial advisors. Informal advisors are leaders in their communities, but they are not necessarily experts in financial services. So by providing them with a tool, an app on their phones, they can become the experts in their communities. With a few clicks, they can offer loans to their friends and family. They can offer insurance products. They can know who in their communities is paying well, who is falling behind on their payments, and can help them solve the problem. They receive their incentives through Mi Aflore app in a digital wallet, so they themselves are also becoming included in the digital economy. They can learn more about Aflore and new products through the use of the app, and also share information with their friends, with their neighbors, through Aflore app and using common technology like WhatsApp or Facebook. That's how we empower women and our informal advisors to become the financial experts in their communities to promote financial inclusion.
Wow, Aflore's Fintech model is modeling how technology can bring in those people historically excluded from the financial sector And this informal advisors model is really efficient and ingenious because it takes advantage of existing relationships within communities and blends those personal and professional elements to create opportunities, both for the informal advisor, who is incentivized by commissions, the opportunity to have a flexible working schedule, and the positive impact she can have on her community, and the end client, who is able to take a small loan out with trust and confidence. Whole Planet has been so pleased to partner with Aflore since 2018. Thank you so much, Ana, Luis Fernando, and Anura. Thank you so much for being with us here today and letting us highlight your incredible organizations. Since the onset of the COVID pandemic, poverty rates and food insecurity has risen worldwide, but institutions like Berendina, Fundación Paraguaya, and Aflore have been making sure that their clients were equipped with the tools and resources they need to generate income and provide for the families. Whole Planet is so grateful for the partnerships we have with each of these institutions, and I'd encourage everyone listening today to learn more about them through their website. Thank you for tuning in.